my roundabout way of saying this is Christopher Nolan is a real life supervillain.
I'm so confused by this. What?
Yeah.
Did you guys have that idiot Christopher Nolan's newest movie?
Yeah.
Oppenheimer,
trailer
the
thing?
countdown
Oppenheimer
thing.
The
Yeah.
countdown.
Yeah.
Okay. So here again, my criticism of Christopher Nolan, because I will do that for the rest of time. That whole thing was, to me, stupid because it threw me off with the flow of
same.
the movie. And it made me, like you, Christian, I thought that was the opening animation. Maybe that was the point. But at the same time, I did not like seeing that and being somewhat confused. Right? Like the formula has always been trailers.
When the lights go out.
Nicole Kidman movie.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, no, that's a great
How
point.
many people cheered in your theater when she came on?
Nobody, but I was
Zero.
I was talking to Michael, our producer, and him and I are both like, maybe it's time we try a different movie chain, specifically to get away from that stupid ass Nicole Kidman. Intro.
It's funny you say that.
I'm so
It's
sick
funny
of
you
it.
say that because I've switched my movie chain to Regal because it's the only theater in the Denver area where I live that has IMAX. So I switched it to Regal. No Nicole Kidman. Unfortunately,
Is it
they'll
a
still
much
got
better
the
movie
Christopher Nolan.
experience?
It's far better. It's like,
Wow.
oh my god, I don't immediately start the movie at a -2. You know, my emotions are high. I'm at for this movie I was at an 8, and it went all the way up to 10. I will say though, the Christopher Nolan thing really annoyed me. At this point, it's just like it felt, and I could be wrong. I'm sure it's the studios that are doing this, or the movie theater chains or whatever. But it just seems like an overinflated ego at this point. I'm like, oh, you know, it's a Christopher Nolan movie, so he gets a trailer with the lights going down, right? As soon as the lights go down, you're like, it's movie time. It's time to start. And you're right. It absolutely threw me off. I was like, oh, no, this is a false start, right? It's like a false start in football is a 5-yard penalty. You know, the movie started off with a 5-yard penalty. Didn't get Nicole Kidman, but Christopher Nolan really, and he is one of my favorite directors. And recently, he is just
So I will say, 'cause
killing
this is
me.
so because of the whole Tenet thing. Nope was a Universal Studios movie. Nolan left Warner Brothers after Tenet because of everything, and this is his first. And Oppenheimer is his first Universal Studios movie, so I'm sure it's like Universal being very excited to have like, we're the director studio now. We have Jordan Peele, we have Christopher Nolan, and like,
I mean, hey, they gotta
kind of
market
link
something,
the
right?
prestigious. Yeah, like they really have
Sure.
nothing else.
Sure.
Like, you know, Warner Brothers has the DCEU, Disney has Marvel and everything else, and like Universal's like, we have
Everything
directors.
I will say though, you know, the fact that they have Nolan and Peele, that says a lot. Like, you know, those movies are going to be very good, right? The quality is going to far surpass that of most Marvel or most, you know, recent Disney movies and most recent Warner Brothers movies. So that does count for something.
Christian,
Give them that.
let's wait until Oppenheimer comes out first. And I've complained about at least 15 things.
It's silly and Murphy. Yeah.
I mean, Cillian Murphy
It's gonna
is
be
great.
good.
It's
It's gonna be
great.
Robert Downey Jr.
He has a really good cast, but Nolan at the same time has a very inflated ego. And I am, unfortunately, the type of individual where I cannot separate the
Sure.
person from the creative thing that they're doing. You know, if an actor does something horrific, I'm going to stop looking at your movies. If
It taints it
director
forever.
If a director tells you to go and get COVID and go to a movie theater to see a shitty ass movie that makes no fucking sense, I'm forever going to dislike you. Like, it's a problem. I know it's a problem. I'm not working on it. But yeah, we should just.
Speaking of things that make us angry, and this is going to be a weird tangent, actors that play superheroes, right? You can never, whenever we watch movies, you're like, oh, it's like that one with the Incredible Hulk, Mysterio, and Iron Man, you know, like, which is the Zodiac Killer movie, right? But anyway, last night, this is a weird tangent. Last night I saw this movie Pretty in Pink for the first time, which is an old 80s John Hughes rom-com. And it has a very young James Spader in it, and it has a very young John Cryer in it. John Cryer is the guy from Two and a Half Men across Charlie Sheen. But their most famous superhero roles are Ultron for Spader and Lex Luthor for Cryer in Supergirl in the Arrowverse. And there's a scene in the movie where they fight each other, and I'm like, oh, that's Ultron versus Lex Luthor. And so my roundabout way of saying this is Christopher Nolan is a real life supervillain.
I'm so confused by this. What? Yeah. Is this just a way of you telling us that you're watching movies from the 80s? Like, I don't get what the tangent is.
I think this is
You
this
just
is
can't.
a
I
weird
can't
way
watch
for
them.
Arjuna to.
I'm just saying, right?
Yeah.
We talked about superhero movies a little bit with Christopher Nolan.
Gotcha. Okay. That's what you're saying now.
So it's
Yep.
like everybody. There's so many people that have been in these movies now. You can never watch a movie the same way. It's like
I would
Christopher
say-
Nolan is the villain.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say
his,
that,
his
like-
line came true. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Christopher Nolan.